you reject He who prepares the way for the coming of the Messiah, you will eventually also reject the Messiah. Because the word likewise is used. Likewise, the Son of Man is also about to suffer at their hands. Now let's notice something else interesting about John the Baptist. John the Baptist was actually more than a prophet. He was not the prophet, he was more than a prophet. Notice Luke chapter 7 and verse 26. Luke 7 and verse 26. Here Jesus is speaking and He says, "But what did you go out to see? A prophet? Yes, I say to you, and more than a prophet." Let me ask you, was John the Baptist a prophet? He most certainly was a prophet. But he was not a prophet. He was more than a prophet. Remember these details, because we're going to come back to them a little later on in our study. Another interesting thing about John the Baptist is that he did not perform any miracle. Notice John chapter 10, verses 41 and 42. John 10, 41 and 42. It says here, "Then many came to him and said," come to Jesus, that is, "John performed no sign." That means no miracle. "But all the things that John spoke about this man were true, and many believed in him there." And so you notice that John the Baptist did not perform any sign. He did not perform any miracle, which is a very important detail as we study along. Another interesting thing about John the Baptist is that he had the testimony of Jesus. Notice John chapter 5 and verses 31 to 33. And before we read that passage, I need to make a note of clarification. And that is that in English, we have two words, which is testify and witness. Those two words are the same Greek word. So whenever you find witness or testimony or testify, they are the same Greek word. Now notice John 5, verse 31. Jesus is speaking. He says, "If I bear witness," that can be translated testimony. "If I bear testimony of myself, my witness or testimony is not true. There is another who bears witness or testimony of me. And I know that the witness or testimony which he witnesses or testifies of me is true. You have sent to John, and he has borne witness or testimony to the truth." Do you get the impression that John the Baptist had the testimony of Jesus? He most certainly did. It's translated witness, but it's the same word, testimony, in English. And so John had the testimony of Jesus because he was raised up to give witness or testimony to Jesus. Now another interesting detail is that John the Baptist was not the light. Notice John chapter 1, verses 6 through 8. John chapter 1, verses 6 through 8. It says here, "There was a man sent from God, whose name was John. This man came for a witness." Here's the word again. Came for to testify or for a testimony, to testify or bear witness of the light, that all through him might believe. Now notice this. He was not that light. Was John the Baptist that light? No, he was not that light, but was sent to bear witness. Here's the idea again. He was sent to testify of that light. So the question is, was John the Baptist, the light? No, John the Baptist was not the light. But was John the Baptist a light? He most certainly was.